I'm Jenny Eagle, reporter for LEEA, and I'm here with Barrie Mordue, who is the Managing Director of Tensology. Barrie, tell us, what is Tensology?
Tensology is a consultancy and site services company. We deal in the field of wire ropes.
You've been established for 12 years now. Congratulations.
Yeah, we started in April 2011 and still going strong now. A couple of years ago, we transferred ownership to an employee ownership trust. So the guys who work for Tensology own Tensology effectively.
Fantastic. And tell me, how are you involved with LEEA and Liftex in particular?
From its very inception in 2011, we've been involved with LEEA, became full members in 2017, attended and exhibited at nearly all the Liftexes from that period of time. We became an ATS member in 2019, so we've got an association as long as the company's been going, actually.
So ATS, accredited training scheme.
Indeed. Yeah, one of the things we do, we carry out wire rope related training because, as I said, wire rope's really all that we know. And our philosophy actually is to know a lot about one subject rather than a little bit about lots of subjects. So if someone asks about other aspects of lifting, we might know a little bit, but it's not our core business. We focus entirely on wire ropes. We've actually done a few seminars at Liftexes and LEEA road shows over the years. So we've been sort of talking about wire rope stuff for quite some time in association with LEEA. And that sort of led on to us becoming an accredited training scheme member for our crane rope examiners course.
And of course, you'll be opening the session at Liftex. What will you be telling members there?
It's going to be sort of sharing a little bit of our knowledge about the deterioration of crane ropes in particular. So it's almost a bit of a snapshot of our accredited training scheme course, but just around how wire ropes deteriorate, particularly crane ropes. I mean, ropes are used in lots of different applications. They've got thousands of different uses, but they tend to deteriorate in the same way, regardless of the application.
And what would you say are the main challenges that manufacturers need to be aware of?
I think it's understanding the actual application of a rope, because, as I said, there are thousands of different rope constructions. There are also tens of thousands probably of different applications for wire ropes. So it's trying to match the two and making sure that the actual wire rope that's chosen or that's made perfectly suits the application. Unfortunately, some of our work is failure investigation. So where ropes have actually remained in service after the time in which they should have been taken out, this can often lead in catastrophic failure. So part of our work is actually taking failed ropes and trying to establish the cause of failure. And we use some of this information, obviously, in our training, and we'll be presenting a little bit of this at Liftex as part of our rope deterioration course. It's something that you shouldn't really have to do. We shouldn't have to be doing failure analysis because it really shouldn't happen. If people are looking after the ropes, inspecting their ropes, examining their ropes correctly, then really you shouldn't see failures, but unfortunately it still happens.
What are the main warning signs that people should look out for?
Well, historically, wire ropes have deteriorated in a way that gives a visual indication. So external corrosion, for example, you can see rust on a rope. External broken wires are visible, albeit if the rope's heavily lubricated, it's sometimes quite difficult to spot. So that's the way it's always been done historically. But in recent times, magnetic rope testing has come to the fore, particularly for crane ropes and particularly for rotation-resistant crane ropes. Rotation-resistant crane ropes, multi-strand construction, have always had a tendency to deteriorate internally. But historically, they also deteriorated externally because they were running in steel sheaves. So steel sheaves wore the rope out on the outside. You could see the wear, you could see broken wires occurring. At the same time, the rope was deteriorating internally. With the onset of plastic sheaves in cranes, to save weight, what you find now is the outside of the rope is not getting anything like the same wear as it used to do. So the outside of the rope is sitting in a nice soft sheave with no wear, and hence a slower rate of deterioration, whereas the inside is still deteriorating at the same rate that it always used to do. So what we're finding, or what we've found, is that you're getting rotation-resistant multi-strand ropes actually failing without warning. So you could do a thorough examination without using magnetic rope testing. If you do a thorough examination, you could pass a rope off as safe and it could actually drop the load. So I think that's the real big thing in sort of recent years. It's the use of plastic sheaves for rotation-resistant multi-strand ropes has caused a particular issue. We'll be talking about the use of MRT to try to do a condition assessment particularly on this type of rope.
It's very invaluable advice there, which obviously could lead to some quite horrendous cases. So very important that people come and attend this seminar.
Indeed. We started presenting MRT with LEEA actually it was prior to the ISO 4309 is the standard for inspection and discard of crane ropes. The standard was revised in 2017, but prior to that date, we actually worked with LEEA at LiftX and at the LEEA roadshows to inform LEEA members about the upcoming changes and the usage of magnetic rope testing, particularly to try to alleviate this particular problem with multi-strand ropes. So it's something that's known about in the industry, but not known about well enough at the moment. We still need to be sort of banging the drum about it, because there's still a little bit of not resistance, but I think lack of real knowledge about the benefit of MRT.
Are people quite surprised when they learn about this?
Shocked actually. I think probably when we present some of the findings from what appears to be a rope that's in absolutely perfect condition, looking at the outside of it, it's actually shocking really what's happening inside the rope and the implications of that as well.
And is it too late for people to sign up to the seminar?
I believe there's still places available. We're at 11 a.m. on the first day of LiftX. I think there are 6 sessions running all day. I understand there are still places available.
So that's the 21st of November, obviously, in Liverpool at Liverpool Exhibition Centre, and people can register online on the LiftX website. Well, thank you very much for your time today.